Hello and welcome to this new video tutorial of Magento 2 two-factor authentication plugin. Now this two-factor authentication functionality is used to provide an extra security feature to the account. This is verified in two cases: at the time of creation of a new account and login into the account of an existing customer. So it is one of the most reliable process of security for the account purposes in the Magento 2 itself. Now at the time of registration, the authentication code will be sent out to the mobile number entered by the customer. However, it will be verified after the account will be created. Apart from that, kindly note that the admin can enable or disable the two-factor authentication plugin functionality from the plugin configuration settings. The customers have to verify their mobile number to access their account panel options, and the verification code expiration time period can be changed by the admin as per the requirement there. So in today's video tutorial, we'll be checking out how the new customer can go through the two-step verification at the time of account registration and verification, and how the existing customers can make use of the two-step verification to log into their account panel. But before I proceed further with this particular video tutorial there, please do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to receive the latest updates from our end. And if you find this particular video helpful, then do kindly give it a thumbs up. So right now you can see that I'm at the Magento 2 web store front end, and first of all we'll be checking out how the new customer would be able to go through the two-step verification. So for that we'll go to the create an account section here by tapping on the create an account link, and we are on the create new customer account section, as you can see here. Now here we need to enter the personal information to create the new customer account there. So I'll just go ahead and I'll enter the details. I'll enter Peter. I'll enter the last name, Peter Doe. I'll enter the email as pete@webcool.com. I'll be choosing my country code, for example India. I'll be entering my telephone number. I'll be choosing my password. I'll confirm my password, and I'll be tapping here on the create an account button thereafter. Now as soon as I've entered the number and I've tapped here then on the create an account button, you can see that we are on the section that says thank you for registering with the main website, and here you can see that we have the two-factor authentication verification. Now the customer will receive one code on his mobile device, so that needs to be entered here so as to access the account panel options. So I'll enter the details here for the authentication code that I've received on my mobile device. So that is 132993, and I'll tap here on the save button. If you have not received the code on your mobile device, then you can tap here on the resend code to receive the code on your mobile device there. And after entering the authentication code here, you need to tap on the save button thereafter. Now after tapping on the save button, you can see that the account has been successfully verified, and we are able to access the account panel options now. Initially when we were just entering the authentication code there, we had to enter the authentication code there. If we would try and access any of the sections of the account panel here, we would not be able to access any of the account panel options there. Right now, after the account has been successfully verified, we'll be able to access any of the sections of our account panel as per the requirement there. For example, if I go to my orders, I'll be able to go to the my orders section, or if I go to any other section, I can access the my orders section there as per my own requirement there. So actually the internet was down there, so that's why that page did not completely load up. Now let's check the other section here. That's for the existing customers, how the two-factor or the two-step verification will work for the registered customers there. So for that, let me first go to the my account section here for the customers. So here we are having pete@webcool.com. Let me copy this out and let's sign out. Now I'll just go to the sign in page. Here I'll enter the email, and I'll be entering the email address. I'll be entering the email address and the password of the registered customer, and then I'll be tapping here on the sign in button. You can see that the authentication code verification pop-up has appeared, and now the customer will receive one authentication code sent on to the registered mobile number that needs to be entered. So let's enter that up. It's 3650 okay, I have to enter it once again. 365073, and you can also see the authentication code will expire in these 60 seconds. Now I'll tap on the submit button. After the verification, now I'll be able to access my account panel options, as you can see here, very easily. So that's the process there for the two-factor authentication, and I showed you the functionality, how this functionality is used to provide an extra security feature to the account there, and how this is verified in two cases: at the time of creation of a new account and login into the account of an existing customer. So it is one of the most reliable processes of the security for the account purposes. I also showed you at the time of registration, the authentication code will be sent out to the mobile number entered. However, it will be verified after the account will be created there. And I also showed you for the already registered customers, how the already registered customers can enter their email, password, tap on the sign in button, then on the pop-up they need to enter the authentication code that they'll receive on their registered mobile device itself, and after entering that up, only then they'll be able to access their account panel options, as you've just seen there. Now after this workflow at the storefront, now let me show you the admin backend panel and the initial configuration settings for this particular plugin. For that, let's hop on to the admin backend panel. So I've already logged into the admin backend panel by entering the username and the password and tapping on the sign in button. Now to make the initial configuration settings, we navigate through stores and then configuration. On the configuration page under the Webcool block, here we'll be having the two-factor authentication, and here you can see that here we have two-factor authentication and the Twilio authentication. Now under the two-factor authentication, we'll be able to enable or disable this functionality for our store by choosing a yes or a no for disabling the functionality of the two-factor authentication for our store there. Then the admin would be able to set up, or here you can see the option that is need authentication code validation on new customer registration. So if you need the authentication code validation at the time of new customer registration, then you need to choose it as a yes, otherwise choose it as a no. Then you can set up the authentication code expiry time, and you can set the expiry time in seconds and between the range of 60 to 300 seconds there. And otherwise, if you have not entered, it will automatically take 60 as the default seconds for the authentication code expiry there. Apart from that, we also have the Twilio authentication here, where we have to enter the authentication ID and the token. I've attached the user guide within the description of this particular video for more details on how to get the authentication ID and the token under your Twilio account dashboard. You can check that out. Then you have to enter the message that will be sent out to the customer there. Your authentication code is auth code, and here you have to enter the sender number using which the particular message will be sent out onto the customer's registered mobile numbers there. After that, you just need to tap here on the save configuration button to save the configuration the settings there. So yes, that was much about the plugin. That's the Magento 2 two-factor authentication plugin, and I hope it helped you out in understanding the workflow there. If you still have any questions, queries, suggestions or requirements regarding this particular plugin, then you can anytime get back to us at support@webcool.com, or you can raise a ticket at webcool.uvidesk.com as well. Apart from that, if you find this particular video helpful, then do kindly give it a thumbs up. And lastly, thanks for watching this particular video and have a great day ahead.